So if you are continuing to feel the burn and support Bernie Sanders in this election, congratulations, because you are directly aligned with the truth. My boss, also known as the big guy upstairs, has said that Bernie Sanders is, in fact, everyone's highest good. So that means that you are directly in touch with your gut and your own intuition with what you are feeling. So, that said, since universal energies directly respond to the truth, that means that you have the law of attraction on your side in supporting Bernie Sanders. When you speak his name, it's like giving God a high five. So he asked me to make this video letting you know that he's extremely proud of you and thrilled for your efforts in continuing to support Bernie Sanders. Why? Because the divine knows what you're doing. He knows that in speaking your truth, you invite ridicule onto your path. You look like a delusional freak because he's not currently the nominee. So people are going to throw mud onto your windshield, cast doubt at you, darkness, call you names, and say that you are not in touch with reality. So the amusing part of this is that you guys are actually more in touch with reality than everyone else. Why? Because you are seeing a problem with our system. You're looking at Mrs. Clinton and Mr. Trump and saying, you know what, I'm not really that comfortable with either of them. My gut's bothering me, I'm uncomfortable, this election just feels weird, there's this strange energy in the air. And that is for a reason. You are thinking outside the box. You are acting as an individual who's noticing these things about our system, and you want to do something about it. So because you are raging against the machine with your truth, you are inviting ridicule onto your path. And so the divine is saying, thank you. Thank you for having the guts to face that and for opening yourself up to criticism in the process of speaking your truth. Why? Because whenever you're presented with two options, $10 says the best option and the one that leads to truth is also the hardest. Pursuit of truth is often the hardest path to take, and it's the biggest pain in the butt ever. But it's usually short-term pain, long-term gain, where it does end up benefiting you in the end. So being made fun of is completely normal, and that's where the divine is sending you guys healing energy and saying thank you, thank you, thank you. And he is also recognizing the fact that you have chosen the more difficult path. I mean, let's face it, you guys, isn't it much easier to just go online and sit there and talk about the nominees? I mean, are you kidding me? It's easy to talk about the current nominees. I mean, yeah, you're still going to argue with other people who are disagreeing with you, but they're not going to think you're completely out of touch with reality if you're cheering for a current nominee. They're not going to question your sanity. So I'm sorry if you're supporting Bernie, got some big cojones going on, man. It's more difficult. You've chosen the harder path. So good for you. You're brave. So if you're looking at the big picture and you're saying, I don't like what's going on here, I'm not happy with this, and I'm going to let everybody know it, you are not a sheep, but a trailblazer. You have decided to go your own way. And the other side is seriously applauding you for that. So again, you're getting a high five from God for being a trailblazer and not a sheep. And another thing that you guys are getting a serious high five about is that you have acknowledged that this election is not about you. All right? It's not about you. It's about us. It's about everyone. It's about the flaws you see in our system. It's about you maybe not even trusting these leaders. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. I don't want them to lead the country. I don't trust them to lead us to a good place. And based on what the divine has told me, nor should you. You shouldn't trust them. So for the sake of sounding really cocky, you're right. If you want to look at it in black and white, you're right. You're correct to think this. You're correct to feel this way. Because law of attraction-wise, our current nominees, they're just not everyone's highest good the way President Sanders is. So that's why the divine is saying, keep your principles, hold on to your truth, stand behind what you believe in the face of opposition, and don't shut up. Keep speaking your truth. Keep squawking. Don't be quiet, because that's just fear sitting in. And yes, I know we're down to the wire. I know that the election day is fast approaching, but I can tell you the other side doesn't really care. Because I would feel energetic pressure if they were like, if I was on the clock with something, I would feel energetic pressure. So I don't know. They're just not worried about timing. So I have a feeling things get postponed. But anyway, another thing is they just wanted to let you guys know that your feelings that are coming from within are valid and they deserve to be honored. So please continue to be open and authentic and honest in your communication, because just because your friends and family think that you're completely nuts doesn't mean they don't respect you deep, deep, deep down. And in the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.